Hey folks, Brian Blessing coming to you from Las Vegas. Glad to be on board, bangthebook.com. And don't forget, follow along on Twitter at Bang the Book. And the Sports Betting Podcast is spectacular information. Let's focus on college football and the adjustments that odds makers are making after having seen teams play and what the significant line movements are in week 2. We'll start with Oklahoma State and South Alabama. We know Oklahoma State has this electric offense. 64.5 was the total. It's up to 66. Look for it to go even higher. Now, Louisville struggled against Purdue. 35-28 was the final score in that game. And you think that that's a game that maybe people would be a little leery of Louisville. Not the case, because Cal beat North Carolina. 35-30 was the final score. We've seen that number. 5.5 was a suggested opener, up to 9.5 and 10 points. Now, Iowa, a 1-point favorite at Iowa State, that has moved up to 2.5, and I think it could get to -3 up to that key number. Iowa, incredible defensive performance against Josh Allen. Word comes out of Wyoming that he had a shoulder injury, but Iowa State, rivalry game, home dog, they can be a sneaky team, but based on what Iowa did against Wyoming, there's been betting support on the Hawkeyes. We go to New Mexico State and New Mexico. These two teams, it's a rivalry game. They generally play high-scoring games. The total is 66.5. The opener, that is up to 68. I think New Mexico State acquitted themselves pretty well against Arizona State, while New Mexico against Abilene was very vanilla in a 38-14 win. I think they'll bring a lot more to the party here in the game with New Mexico State, and I think it's a high-scoring game for sure. Pitt and Penn State's an interesting game. Penn State, 16, the suggested opener, 20.5 up to 21, with Penn State on TV rolling all over Akron. And Pitt struggled against Youngstown State, 28-21, but no for Pitt. This is a look-ahead spot. It's a regional rivalry. Penn State does have revenge as Pitt beat them last year, but Peterman, the quarterback, is gone. Connor, the running back, is gone. So there's a lot of love on the wagering line for Penn State heading to week 2. Big game, Oklahoma, Ohio State. Ohio State opened -7. It's above the key number now, looking at the Buckeyes as 7.5-point favorites. Stanford and USC. USC, a 4-point favorite, was the suggested opener. It's up to 7. Stanford back home, acclimated after the long trip playing Rice in Australia. USC really struggled in their game with Western Michigan, but put it together late. Same kind of deal here. That was a look-ahead game for USC, and the bettors aren't fooled by this. They still believe USC is the right side. And then history was made right here in Las Vegas as a 45-point favorite when UNLV lost to Howard. The impact of that on the wagering board, UNLV was going to be a favorite at Idaho, and now Idaho is a 6.5-point favorite, as UNLV spit the bit last week, and it's had a massive impact on the wagering board. Biggest adjustments from the odds makers, week 1 to week 2 in college football, maybe another week in week 3. Then we kind of know what the playing field is. Water finds its level, but the adjustments are being made on the wagering board as the college football season is officially underway. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas, always thrilled to be with you at bangthebook.com. Follow along on Twitter at bangthebook. Read the supporting articles, and don't forget, the Sports Betting Podcast. Fantastic information for you right here at bangthebook.com.